The Dungarvan and Limerick Hillclimbs were unfortunately cancelled, so the Dublin-based Motor Enthusiasts Club were next to host 2 rounds of the Connaught Competition Engines Hillclimb and Sprint Championship 2010. The club had found a pair of exciting new venues to replace Cullenmore Bens, where they've been for the last few years. Both in North County Dublin area, Saturday's Hillclimb in the Naul provided a natural country road route with some cartful bends, rises and dips. Sunday's Sprint, in contrast, was on freshly laid motorway quality tarmacadam, with short dashes between man-made chicanes and tight corners. A great opportunity for the racetrack-derived single-seaters to show their stuff. Indeed, Éanna Carroll, who's been getting used to top 10 finishes this year, found himself hard pushed to make the top 15.
The slow speed corners I'm lacking in mechanical grip that a rear-wheel drive would have, we'll say. So you have to take a lot more chances to keep up with the single-seaters, unfortunately.
This was undoubtedly the home event for Simon McKinley, who lives mere miles from both courses. In the Lant RT2 he set a blistering pace, 6 seconds ahead of reigning champion Paul O'Connell, who leads the championship again. On the second run, McKinley improved fractionally and O'Connell halved his deficit. Run 3 was slightly wet. McKinley spun near the finish and O'Connell went slower. The fourth and final run saw Simon fail to better his run 2 time, but Paul got down to 2.74 seconds behind the victorious Dubliner. On the second day at Lusk, McKinley set a time of 33.83, but it wasn't counted as he clipped the cones at the chicane. Paul O'Connell was almost 2 seconds slower. Run 2 and McKinley amazingly set the exact same time again, 33.83, but without hitting the cones on this occasion, it counted. The Limerick driver took less than a second more to complete the course on that run. Simon shaved a few more tenths of his best on the third run, while Paul lost a couple of hundredths. The pressure was on both drivers on the final run. O'Connell was looking for more speed from his car.
Paul O'Connell, it's just before the fourth run. What are you up to?
Trying to find a small bit of speed out of this car. We're going to see if we can lower it another small little bit. And might get us a bit. The Hillclimb is very smooth, so we can afford to drop the cars a small bit.
How much speed do you need?
I need about probably a second and a half, I'd say.
Let's see.
Hard to see it, but sure. We'll try anyway.
In a rare soundbite, Simon McKinley gives us his opinion of the smooth surfaces at the MEC Hillclimbs.
Well, it's the complete opposite of most of the hill. Like, you're still getting up to 100 mile an hour here and there, but like, there's nothing to hit. And the car won't be scrap after the back of this event. It won't be pulling bits off. Even yesterday was dead flat.
Paul improved to a 34.33, but McKinley's third run was good enough to win the event by almost a second. Nigel Bryson was the winner of Class 1 in the Naul, but newcomer Elaine O'Reilly caused a sensation on Sunday, beating Nigel after a day-long battle. Trish Daly needed a finish to keep her class championship hopes alive, but this proved difficult after a spin on run 1 and clipping cones on run 2. She was relieved to record times at all on runs 3 and 4. Another Class 1 competitor in the wars was Bob Rowe in his Uno. This off may have dented more than just his pride, but he hasn't lost any respect in these young gentlemen's eyes. Class 2 was a family affair with John Bradley winning on Saturday, but his son Colin got the better of him on Sunday after John rearranged some of the hedges on the first run. Stephen Gillis looks set to continue his stranglehold on Class 3A until some very unusual machinery came along.
Ian Quinn, will you show us where your engine is on your Mini?
It's hiding in here. There you go. There. Suzuki Hayabusa 1300. So I said I just build something a bit different.
There's not a lot of weight in the front of that.
No, very little. Very little.
Do you probably had to try different things with the springs?
Yeah, and I'm still trying it, and it's going to take a little bit of time, like, but eventually.
So, bike engines in Minis, what's next? Wind power?
No, second bike engine in the front.
A second one in the front?
4-wheel drive.
Yeah, that would be interesting,
yeah.
Say the least.
The monstrous Mini Busa roared to victory in 3A on Sunday. It was great to see Rory Stevens on form again. Grandad, as he's known in the Hillclimb community, won Class 3A on both days with 8th and 6th overall finishes. There was lots of exotic machinery being driven hard in the historic class. Mark Brennan in Hidalvas, Frank Nuttall was back in his 1955 Graham, and David Miller in a Jaguar XK140 were just some of the eclectic mix of cars. Ed Cassidy was fastest at the hill climb and Barry Smith was fastest in the Sprite at the sprint. Scott Milligan won his Class 5 in a Leastone Formula V. John Byrne used the Force to win Class 6 and claim 4th overall both days in his Jedi. Patrick Haughey kept the Mark II Escort Legend alive to win Rally Class 8 in the Naul, and Karen Feeney claimed the class on Sunday, while Class 9 was Pete Cummins's all weekend. The spectacular challenge of the Knockalla Hill Climb is next, just 2 weeks after MEC. Paul O'Connell needs only to finish one place behind Simon McKinley on both days to win the championship. But Seamus Morris, who was third both days at MEC, could do Simon, his old Class 3B rival, a huge favour should he split the two challengers.